Hey guys, it's Lydia, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some tips to save money on your electricity, because who doesn't like to save money on electricity? That's the one bill I feel like we will never be able to get away from. It's going to haunt us the rest of our lives, and I would like to be able to save a little bit of money on that. So today I'm going to talk about choosing your supplier. Not everybody has this option, but if you do, it's helpful to know how to choose your supplier. And I'm not going to pretend to be an expert. These are just tips that I use, and I'll walk you through the process of how I choose our supplier. We've chosen ours a few times, and it has saved us money, and it has also cost us some money. So I'll share some things that I have learned. If you go to chooseenergy.com, you'll be able to figure out if you can choose your energy supplier or not. It'll ask, I think, maybe your zip code or mailing address or something, and figure out who your energy company is. You can also do this with gas. I've never done it with gas, so I don't know how that works. But once you go to chooseenergy.com and you figure out where you are, you're going to need to pull out your electric bill and figure out what you are currently paying. We have AEP where we live currently, and I think it's like 5.8 cents per kilowatt hour, or I don't know. You add in all those decimal points, and I don't know how that works. But I know I have to get a rate cheaper than that to save money. So if it's like 7.9, I don't want to go with that company because it's going to be more than AEP would charge. If it's 3.8, that's awesome because AEP is currently charging me 5.8, so that will save you money right there. So look at those right now. Where I go to in Ohio, it filters them by the cheapest to the most expensive, and so you'll have to look at it that way. But there's 3 factors that I want to talk to you about when choosing your supplier and knowing which way you want to go. Number 1, is it fixed or variable? Personally, I don't want variable. Variable can be 3.8 one week, 9.7 the next, back down to 3.8, and chances are, my suspicion, I've never done a variable, it's not going to usually be the cheapest. So I tend to stay away from variable because I don't want anything to do with that. I want fixed. I want to know what I'm signing up for, and end of story. The second thing is the time frame. When we moved into this house, you can get really cheap rates for a while, but they're really short. So 3 months, we got like 3.8. But then after 3 months are up, it jumps. So the next bill was a little bit more expensive because it jumped to like 9 point something. So it was a little more expensive, and that's how they get you. There's a man at our church that's like, I just want to pick out a nice, decent rate that locks me in for a year, and I don't want to think about it. I personally don't care going back in 3 months and looking at it. I write myself a note on the calendar. This is the date I need to check my electric, go back on and make sure that what we're currently paying, and switch. That's up to you. Weigh those, is it worth it? Do I want to worry about it in 3 months? Will I remember to worry about it in 3 months, or would I just rather deal with it for a year? But if you cancel early, that can be another issue too. The third thing is, do they have an early termination fee? So if you cancel early, the day before it's done, will they charge you $10? Will they charge you $25? Some of them have that early termination fee. Will you remember the exact date? Or would you rather just deal with a company that doesn't have an early termination fee? And a lot of them don't, but some of them do. So that's another thing to look into. And make yourself a note in the calendar again. I need to check my energy on this date. My thinking is if it's 3 months or a year, if you use Google Calendar, however you want to remember that. But this has saved us a decent amount of money. I mean, I haven't tracked like what it saves us per month, but $20, $30 just by changing. And let me tell you, when ours jumped that one time, I forgot to switch. It jumped considerably. So make sure that you track it and see when it's going to end, and make sure that you change. If nothing else, change back to the company that supplies for you and just pay their fee. It's usually middle of the road, or even just good if it's not a short plan. So I don't know if you have any questions on that. Once again, I'm not an expert, but I have done it a few times, and those are some tips that I have that have worked for me, haven't worked for me. and I hope that you're able to save just a little bit of money on your electric bill. I hope that you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.